What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Sora Synn Gaming, playing the games that you are curious about. Today, we're going over my first impressions on the super hype beast game, Genshin Impact. Now, Genshin Impact is an open-world action RPG that takes place in a massive fantasy continent called Teviot. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name, but anyway. It offers a lively open world, multiple characters, elemental-based combat and exploration, and an engaging story. Players take on the role of the mysterious traveler who sets off on a journey to find their lost sibling, and ultimately unravels the mysteries of themselves and the world. Now, I've been live streaming this for the last 2 days, and I gotta say, it's pretty impressive. But let's get on to the pros and cons before I sum up the whole thing. So, with the pros, we got an absolutely stunning environment. The world is breathtaking. They've really outdone themselves. MiHoYo made the game beautiful. It's a very beautiful game. Next up is beautiful cel-shaded, highly detailed textures on both the hero models and NPCs. Everybody looks great. Every armor, every weapon, everything's very highly detailed. Now, these two coming up are super amazing and very important to know. There is absolutely no auto pathing and there is no auto combat. Now, if you're worried about getting lost in an RPG game, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know, there's a map and you can select the quest and it will show you where to go, how many meters you have to go, and it will show you a little gold diamond where in the direction you should be heading. And that's all you need to do. Then you just gotta play the game. Play it, go there, explore. It really makes a difference instead of just mindlessly going from A to B as the game takes you wherever you need to go, like a taxi. That's not how you play games. That's not how it's done. So this is great. I'm very happy about that. More RPG games in general, especially on mobile, need to pay attention to that. Huge sprawling open world that feels lived in with hidden dangers and secrets to find. Now that's 50-50. Like, yes, some parts felt pretty lived in and like the city was it felt very alive. But once you're out in the world, well, we'll talk about that in the cons. No loading screens from what I've experienced. But you do, of course, get loading screens if you're teleporting using waypoints. English voice acting is actually not terrible. I don't hate it. It does not make me want to rip my ears out. It's great. I can actually listen to it and I don't have to read the subtitles, and it's actually fun.
The wind and the people of Mon, I brought you here to give it to you so you can experience it right away.
Oh, you're really excited about these wind gliders, huh?
Well, that's because the wind is the heart and soul of Mondstadt. Alrighty then, enough talk. Let's give it a whirl.
I probably will want to play with the Japanese voices at some point, but since I'm live streaming it, I've kept it in English just to keep things, easier for the viewers. Paimon is the cutest companion ever. Now, usually companions are like 50-50 as well. Sometimes they're so annoying and you're just like, oh, please go away. But Paimon is a very cute, really funny companion, and I'm happy to have her along in the game. The cinematics are very detailed and voice acted. I think about most of the cinematics, especially the story cinematics or cinematics with main characters, they're voice acted. A lot of the encounters with these main characters are also voice acted, but some of the non-main characters don't have voice acted dialogue or very small voice acting in it. You can climb and glide around the world. Majority of locations are accessible. You get this feeling of kind of like Assassin's Creed going on. You're just climbing everything you can, and then just trying to see where you can go. It's really cool. Gacha currency is fairly easy to obtain from doing missions. So while you're doing your story quests and your dailies and your adventure guild quests, you get a lot of rewards, and some of them give you gacha currency, which you can use, of course, to summon gacha items, weapons, and the heroes. And there's plenty of boss monsters around the world that will really want to just kick your butt. I've come across quite a few that were way too strong for me. Story campaign is interesting. I haven't actually felt like I wanted to skip any of the dialogue. That's also due to the fact that the voice acting is really good. Crafting isn't complex. It's pretty simple. It's kind of like cooking has its own little mini game to it. Blacksmithing is very straightforward. You just collect the crafting materials, take it to the blacksmith, and he'll do it for you. So there's nothing special there. Elemental combat gives strategic battles. So, for example, if an enemy has a wooden shield, you'll swap to Amber, who's a fire hero, and you can shoot the shield, target the shield, and burn the shield away. If the enemy is a flame enemy, you can use Kaya, who's ice, and that'll help to do more damage as well. Also, the environment itself. If they're standing in a pool of water, you can use Lisa, who's electric, and then use her AoE abilities, and then she'll electrify the water. Things like that. So it's very, very cool. And then, of course, there's plenty of chests and items to find in the open world, giving you many reasons to explore. You can definitely enjoy exploring the world, and you won't really feel like you're being forced to. I know I did. I wanted to. I just wanted to go around and explore. Anyway, so moving on to the cons. I couldn't find too many, but here are the ones I've noticed. Now, bear in mind, these are my own personal opinions. You may not think these are cons, and that's fine. Everybody has different opinions. So, my first con is that the stamina bar when sprinting, swimming, climbing, and gliding is limited. It's very easy to run out. So keep that in mind. You can't go too far with the stamina. You can actually get little buffs in the world, but if you're just trying to climb something that's really steep and you don't have any stamina buffs or stamina food, you're gonna probably fall. Some parts of the open world seem a bit empty. Now, I mentioned that the open world felt lived in, but some parts, I remember when I was doing some side quests, I really felt like there was nothing there, and it felt weird. Like there should be some maybe add more non-combat creatures, maybe a bit more aggressive mobs in the world. Just give the world in some places a more lived-in feel. The city is great, but some places outside of the city, not all, but some, I feel a little bit too empty. The Android version, because I'm playing on Android, is currently capped at 30 frames per second on all graphic settings. I tried dropping my graphic settings to lower, but the frame rate stayed at 30 FPS. Hopefully they can introduce 60 frames in the live version, because I would like to play in 60 frames. This one's a big one for me. There's no screenshot mode. This game is way too pretty to ignore screenshots that, I want to be able to hide the interface and take some beautiful screenshots. It'll help to promote the game and show people who aren't playing it, just show them how beautiful the world really is. There's also no emotes or poses. Poses, of course, would follow into the screenshot mode. So I would like to see some emotes. Maybe emotes actually come into play when you're doing co-op. I haven't reached co-op yet, so that may be not the case. I just haven't experienced it yet. Drop a comment in my comments below and tell me if there are emotes further along, if I'm wrong. Also, camera needs some work when in combat. Sometimes it moves in weird ways, blocking my view. I'll be fighting, and then the camera won't stay in the back. So it'll turn to your side, and then there'll be a big tree in the way, or the grass is all in your face, and then you're like, I can't see anything. So the camera might need a little bit of work. Also, Of course, with saying that it's easy to get gacha currency right now, I don't know how easy it'll be to obtain that currency once you've completed all the easier achievements and completed all the quests. Maybe it starts getting harder, and that's going to be a con for me, but I don't know entirely for sure. Speaking of gacha, I'm not that happy that the heroes and weapons are combined into one gacha system. I would have liked it if it was like, you know, heroes and then weapons are separate, but I know why they do it, and that's fine. But, you know, imagine if you're trying to get a certain hero, maybe there's an event hero, and all you're getting is weapons. You know, it would suck. So anyway, those are my cons. I cannot think of any more. But overall, this game is beautiful. It's wonderful. I'm enjoying every moment in the game. I hope that they can fix the worries I have, the cons I have. You know, if they do that, the game will be great. It'll be perfect, and every other mobile RPG game should be quaking, because this is something else. And you know, I've showed this game to some of my friends, and they've all said, "Is that really a mobile game?" You know, well, you know, remember, it's not just a mobile game. It's also available on PC, iOS, Android, PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and to smash that bell icon if you want to stay up to date with all my videos. I'm currently live streaming the game every night at 7 p.m. GMT plus 8 for 2 hours every night, unless something comes up. But if you're interested in dropping by, please do. I'll be happy to have you there. Anyway, take care everyone, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.